Scentland, the land of scent. Hello and welcome, it's Chris back with yet another fragrance review, and it's a very exciting one. Why? Because I would like to invite you today to a time travel to the early 1990s. A very special time in fragrance history. Why? Because the fragrance market was taking new directions. At the end of the 80s and even up to the mid-90s, it was a special time with the designers aiming to create something new, to bring something new to the market. After the 70s and 80s heavy, woody, aromatic, mossy, piney fragrances, the designers were really brave to really take some risk and go into new directions, presenting different kind of fragrances, okay? There's many examples out there, I won't deep dive into that, but I think you know what I mean. It all started with Dior Fahrenheit, in my opinion, and then it went from there, okay? And this fragrance, released in 1992 by the house of Salvador Dali, is very much a child of that period, of that time. And I'm gonna elaborate on that further. First of all, Salvador Dali, I don't really have to introduce the man to you. He was an extremely influential surrealist artist of the 20th century, very recognizable in his art and his persona, okay? And the brand Salvador Dali created fragrances as well. I think one of the first one was the 1987 release Salvador Dali Pour Homme, created by Thierry Vassa, still a very heavy, mossy fragrance, okay? This one came out 3 years after Salvador Dali himself passed away in 1989. This came out in 1992 and was named simply Salvador. By Salvador Dali, you can immediately see that his art has heavily influenced the appearance of the entire box and as well the bottle. Okay, beautifully done here, and this is the bottle. I mean, come on, like, wow, this dimple here, and it's very raw and very heavy and beautiful golden juice inside, which already gives you a hint on what this fragrance is all about, okay? Beautiful. I have a backup bottle here as well because I really like this fragrance, and in order to get some inspiration I spray some on. So Gerard Anthony and Ilias Hermanidis have been the parfumeurs who got the contract to create this fragrance, okay? And they've done a great job, but they've also made sure that this fragrance smells very much like a child of its time and very much like several other fragrances that have been coming out, that have been launched in that time frame between the late 80s and early 90s, okay? Again, the year is 1992, and you can smell it in every bit of this fragrance, okay? Nothing like this would be ever introduced in this market today. First of all, it's a very complex fragrance. If you take a look at Fragrantica, you can see all the notes, but the notes that I want to highlight are definitely tarragon, heavy tarragon here, okay? Amber, it's warm and embracing. Aldehydes, and I love aldehydes, they make this fragrance bright. There's caraway in here, carnation, some rose as well, some vanilla and tonka bean that give it a bit of warmth and sweetness, and your usual leather, oak moss, very much in here, not that much in your face, but detectable. But it's not about the individual notes, it's more about the complexity of this fragrance. It has about 25 notes, I would say, 25, and but the complexity of the blend is what is most important here, because it's done masterfully by these two gentlemen, okay? Still, it's nothing groundbreaking or new for its time, okay? Why am I saying this? And I usually do not like to compare fragrances to each other, but since this is very much discontinued, I would like to give you a hint on what this smells like. So I will give you 2, 3, 4 examples, okay, that are very much resembling the moods and the vibes and the overall impressions you get from this fragrance, the smell and the feeling that it gives you. And these fragrances are Statement from Etienne Eigner, Omar Sharif Pour Homme, Ralph Lauren Safari, okay, Carrera, the original Carrera, as well as Boss Spirit. Now some of them like this have been discontinued since, and some of them are still out there, like Ralph Lauren Safari or Etienne Eigner's Statement, which resemble this fragrance to a great extent. So if you cannot get this one but would want something similar, these two fragrances I would definitely seek out, especially Statement by Etienne Eigner, which comes fairly close to this one and has been released after this one. I think that's a 1994 one. This is 1992, so you can see which one was earlier and which one was more innovative in its creation. So how does it smell like? It smells warm, as I say. It smells classy. It's an aromatic, a bright, aromatic, fresh, spicy, just slightly floral, leathery, warm, just a little bit sweet, but just a little bit due to the tonka and the vanilla here. It's just friendly sweet, not pushy sweet. Uplifting, very classy fragrance that is belonging to a category that I call sunshine bottled, but this is 1980s, 1990s sunshine bottled. Very much like I remember I called Boss Spirit that way, and it's true. It's like, the good old times when things were much more simple and easygoing and laid back and relaxed. The world was a slower place to live in, and therefore you had more time to enjoy and absorb good quality. Okay, it was not just a rat race of fragrance, a rat race of life. It was, you had more time to enjoy good things in life, and this very much smells like that. It could be worn casual because it's easygoing enough. It has some humor. It has some kind of twinkle in its eye somehow. This fragrance, it really has. It does not take itself too serious, and that's an absolute plus here. But it's classy enough and heavy enough to be worn in formal occasions as well. So what I want to say is extremely versatile, and it's definitely a signature type of fragrance with its entire being and the way it comes across. Okay, again, nothing like this would be presented to the market today. So that means that it very much smells like representative of its time. This really smells like the early 1990s sunshine bottled. Okay, sunshine bottled. I love this because it's so bright and uplifting and positive and energetic and classy and gentlemanly. Okay, it's really, really nice. At the time, this is an eau de toilette. Okay, Salvador by Salvador Dali is an eau de toilette, and it outperforms many eau de parfums of today. At the time, an eau de toilette meant that you get decent, good quality from the designer, meaning good sillage, good projection, and very good longevity. Full stop. Okay, this didn't need to have an intense version or extrait or eau de parfum or whatever. This was a perfect creation in itself, which did not need any further enhancement. Okay, I know that today it's all about money and getting the cash in the bank for all these designers, but at the time I'm sure they made good money with this one, but the focus was to present good quality to the market and actually live up to the reputation and the brand itself, to the man, to the art of the man Salvador Dali. You just couldn't. This is in the end. This is just a celebrity fragrance, not even a designer fragrance. This is a celebrity fragrance. Salvador Dali was an artist. Okay, a surrealist Spanish Catalan artist. Okay, and they therefore made sure that they present superb quality bearing his name onto the market, especially naming it Salvador. Just easygoing, straightforward, wonderful fragrance, bright, uplifting, classy, and very special. To me, this is more of an autumn time fragrance. I wear it in the autumn because it has this golden sunshine, falling leaves. The colors of autumn time is very much what this fragrance also reminds me of, apart from being sunshine bottled. Okay, so thanks very much. It was a pleasure and an honor to represent and present to you The fantastic art that is being bottled in here under the name of Salvador by Salvador Dali, a wonderful fragrance from the early 90s in a beautiful presentation and indeed a tremendously nice smell. Thank you very much and see you soon for another review. Gracias and adios.